The Clone Wars have been burning for 2 years. Worlds are won and lost in the same week. The Jedi serve as generals in a war they didn't start and can't seem to end. And somewhere in the machinery of all that, a 21-year-old named Anakin Skywalker has become the Republic's most valuable weapon, celebrated, deployed, and fundamentally alone. He carries things no one in the Order is supposed to carry. A secret marriage, grief over his mother that never got a proper grave, a creeping suspicion that the Jedi who raised him see him more as an asset than a man. He's learned to perform the role well enough that no one asks questions, and that performance has become its own kind of prison. Then the temple bombing happens. Then Ahsoka is framed. Then the Council, the institution Anakin has bled for, turns on his Padawan without hesitation, strips her of her rank, and hands her to a Republic military tribunal. Anakin is the one who saves her. He finds the truth, drags Barriss Offee into the light, and forces the exoneration himself, because that's what he always does, fixes what the system is too comfortable to fix. The Council responds by offering Ahsoka her knighthood back, framing the entire ordeal as something that happened to the Order rather than something the Order did. She turns it down and walks out. He follows her to the steps. There's a brief exchange. He tells her she's making a mistake. She tells him she isn't, and then she says something he can't argue with.
You taught me to trust the Force over the institution. I'm just doing what you taught me.
She leaves, and Anakin stands there holding the truth of that like a live wire, because she's right, and he knows it, and he's still standing inside the building. Anakin goes back inside. That's the thing nobody talks about afterward. He goes back inside. He attends briefings. He flies missions. He sits across from Palpatine at dinners in the Senate District and listens to the Chancellor frame the Jedi Council as ungrateful bureaucrats who don't appreciate what Anakin truly is. Palpatine has positioned himself this way for years. The understanding father figure, the one person who seems to see Anakin clearly, while everyone else sees only the chosen one or the general or the problem. It's a comfortable trap, and Anakin has always known on some level that it's a trap. He walks into it anyway, because the alternative is being alone with the truth. The truth is that Ahsoka was right. The truth is that he's been right alongside her for years and done nothing with it. Then something shifts. It's not a vision, not a dramatic confrontation. It's quieter than that. A mission briefing. Anakin sits in the war room watching the Council assign clone battalions to an outer rim engagement like pieces on a board. And he thinks about the names Rex taught him. And he thinks about Ahsoka, somewhere in the lower levels of Coruscant with no credits and no backup. And he thinks about Padme alone in their apartment carrying a secret that's grown too heavy for one person. And he understands, with sudden and total clarity, that he has been waiting for the Order to become something it has no intention of becoming. He doesn't make a decision that day, but the question stops being whether and starts being how. He finds Ahsoka 3 days later. She's already made plans to leave Coruscant. Nothing dramatic, just survival. When Anakin sits across from her and tells her he's done, she doesn't react the way he expected. She doesn't celebrate. She looks at him a long time.
You're not doing this for me, are you?
No, but I'm not doing it without you either.
That's the thing that surprises both of them, the honesty of it. He's not rescuing her. He's not following her. He is a 21-year-old man who has run out of reasons to stay, and the one person who left before him is the only one he trusts enough to walk toward. He sends one transmission to Padme. No details, no plan.
Just meet me on Naboo. I'll explain everything.
Then Anakin Skywalker, hero with no fear, the chosen one, the Republic's greatest general, walks away from the Jedi Order without telling a single member of the Council. Getting off Coruscant is easier than it should be. Anakin is a general with clearance codes, a ship, and a reputation that makes people wave him through checkpoints. They don't talk much on the way to Naboo. There's a version of this where they debrief the last few days, process what they've done, make a plan. That's not what happens. Ahsoka sleeps for most of the journey, the first real sleep she's had in weeks. Anakin flies and stares at hyperspace and quietly realizes he has no idea what comes next. Padme is waiting, and her first reaction is exactly what he hoped for. Relief, her arms around him, the kind of exhale that only happens when someone has been holding their breath for a long time. Then the practical reality sets in. She starts asking questions the way she always does, quietly, precisely, working through the implications faster than he can answer them. Who knows he's gone? What he told the council? What Ahsoka's legal status is now? Whether he filed anything, signed anything, made any official record of his departure? He didn't, he just left. The longer they talk, the clearer it becomes that Anakin thought leaving was the hard part. Padme understands that leaving was actually the easy part. Because now he is a former Jedi general with no institutional cover, no rank, and the most recognizable face in the Republic. And the first person who will come looking for him before the council, before anyone, is Palpatine, not as an enemy. That's what makes it complicated, as a friend, as the man who has positioned himself for years as the one person in Anakin's life who truly understands him. If Palpatine hears that Anakin has broken from the Order, his first move will be to get to him before anyone else does and offer him something.
He'll want to know where your loyalties are now, and he'll make whatever he's offering sound like it was your idea.
It's the first time either of them has said anything even slightly sideways about the Chancellor. It hangs in the air between them. Neither pushes it further, not yet, but it lands. Anakin came to Naboo looking for a simpler life. What he's finding is that the life was never simple. He just couldn't see all of it from inside the temple. The Jedi Council notices Anakin is gone within 2 days. They don't send anyone after him, not immediately. The war is still happening. Obi-Wan is the one who figures it out first, and he doesn't report it right away. He sits with it. That says everything about where his loyalties actually live when it matters. On Naboo, the three of them start building something without quite having a name for it. Padme's political network becomes their cover. She has legitimate reasons to receive visitors, send transmissions, move resources. Ahsoka turns out to be more valuable than anyone expected, not as a fighter, but as a connector. The first real ally they find surprises all of them, Captain Rex. Rex didn't leave his post. He's still serving, but he's been carrying something since a trooper in his circle named Fives died under circumstances that were never properly explained. Killed after trying to tell anyone who would listen that there was something wrong with the clones, something built into them, a switch that could be flipped by someone with the right authority. Nobody listened to Fives. Rex listened. He just didn't know what to do with it yet. When word reaches him through back channels that Anakin is alive, off-grid, and apparently asking questions, Rex goes to him. Not because he was ordered to, because Fives deserves someone to finish what he started. This is the first real twist in the story. Anakin didn't leave the Order to fight a war, but the war found him anyway, and it's a far darker one than he understood. The inhibitor chips mean that every clone in the Grand Army is a loaded weapon pointed at the Jedi, waiting for a signal nobody has traced to its source yet. And here is where the enemy becomes complicated, because the most dangerous thing about this moment is not the Separatists, not the Council hunting for Anakin, not even the chips themselves. It's that Palpatine's office has already reached out to Padme asking if she knows where her husband is. He didn't say husband, he said Anakin, but he knew.